Hello, I am back today with another project. So I put my code aside, as I said yesterday, and I have to finish my, maybe I put my counter in. Well, let's see here. So I still have to knit some of the mini socks for the advent calendar for my family. 15 socks are left, and I thought it might be a good idea if I knit at least one in real time on a stream. So I have here some leftover yarn, and I am measuring from my hand. I'm holding the thread between thumb and my pointy finger, and the other end is here in my other hand, and I am measuring till my elbow, and then I grab it here and measure it another time to my elbow, and I'm keeping this in my hand, still keeping it. So, and it's a color change. So you know what, there was a color change nearby, and I am using this color change as my starting point. So I cast on. So I am knitting with 4 needles, and each needle has 8 stitches. So I have to cast on 32 stitches and one for closing the round. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and my thread doesn't come out properly out of my yarn ball. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Oh, yeah, it's enough. And 3 more stitches, 31, 32, 33. So double check if I have the correct number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, okay. So on my first needle I count 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. So 9 stitches. And then 8 for each needle. I find it easier to cast on all stitches on one needle and then transfer the stitches to the 4 needles before knitting. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So making sure I have 9 stitches on this needle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, brilliant. So making sure I am taking the right end of my yarn ball, so not this one. This doesn't last long. Okay, so first I have to make sure that every knotted end is in the middle, like so. And then I bring the very first stitch knitwise to my last needle and close it to round. So, and then I knit 6 rounds, 6 rounds, knit and purl, knit, easy, knit and purl, knit and purl, knit and purl. So I put my tools out of the way, knit and purl. So yeah, the advent calendar socks. I had so many leftovers because I'm I'm knitting very much socks. So yeah, I have at least 1 pair of socks on needles. That's why I had to empty these needles, because on these needles were the socks of my little daughter, and because I wanted to knit today and tomorrow in a stream these calendar socks, I needed to empty these needles and I had to knit. But at least they are finished. My daughter is happy because she has now a new pair of socks, and well, nearly, because I have to finish the ends. But yeah, that's not so much time. And I think so. This is the last. It's a bit. Oh, there's somewhere a helicopter. I don't know if you hear it, but it's very loud. It's quite close to our house. So round 2 is again knit purl, and these socks knit very fast, very quick, because well, 8 stitches per needle is not much. So I normally knit 2 evenings. Yeah, 2 evenings. So So after everything is finished, I sit on the sofa and knit some mini socks. But I have done all of my leftovers, so I have had to create new leftovers, so I have to first knit some socks. And yeah, these take a bit longer than these mini socks, but at least I only have to knit maybe 5 pair of socks, and then I can finish these 15 leftover socks. So this was round 2, and I have to get some more yarn out of this ball. So round 3. So it's not so, doesn't take much time to knit these socks, but you have to create some leftovers before or I have to create some leftovers. So yeah, but there are so many people in my family, there's always someone who needs new socks. So because they're grown out or worn out. Yeah. And because everyone in my family has now quite similar sizes of socks, we have decided that everyone, instead of just knitting straight socks, everyone gets a pattern, and every sock I knit is in this pattern. So yeah. That was round 3. Round 4. So yeah, advent calendar socks. Right, I was starting to talk about this project earlier. Why? We are creating a lot of litter each year with all these advent calendar which we buy, and so we decided to have some refillable calendars, and I had so many leftover yarns from knitting socks. I was like, maybe this could be something for us. So yes, I did it. I started this project, and then I was like, okay, 24 socks times 6, and I was like, oh my gosh, that are a whole lot of mini socks. And so I started to knit, but this project, well, I started 2019, and now we have 2023, so it's the 4th Christmas. And we have celebrated it's our 3rd year we are celebrating with these calendars. Well, 2 years ago I had enough socks for 3 children, and then we decided to have one sock per family member, and it's filled each evening before the next day, and then laid out on the table. So each morning before having breakfast, we opened this sock and we had to refill it every evening. And last year I had enough socks for 5 advent calendars. So my husband and I, we shared socks. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th round, so it's the last round now. And that was quite fun. So he and I, we had, he opened on every odd number, and I got the even numbers. I don't know. So he was so he opened on the 1st, on the 3rd, on the 5th, and so on. And I opened a door, or a sock. I opened a door, a sock at the 2nd, and the 4th, and the 6th, and so on. So yeah, that was quite fun. And hopefully everyone gets his or her own advent calendar this year. I'm working on it, so only 15 socks away. And so here we are at the last needle of round 6. So double checking it so that I do not make a mistake. Okay, so this was the cast on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. So, and now 1 round knit stitches. Only 1 round, because we have to knit now holes so that we can get a ribbon through, and I found it with holes easier. So 1 round knit stitch, needle 3 and needle 4. Okay, so and the holes are very easy to knit. You need as many stitches so that you can divide them through 4, and haha, we have 8 stitches per needle. This is divide. You can divide them through 4 by 4. Yeah. So okay, so 4 stitches. You knit 1, then you knit 2 together, yarn over, and knit 1. And this creates a hole in the next round. So knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. Again, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, needle 3, the same, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. And for the last time, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, knit 1, knit 2, no, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. So, and now knit stitches. Nothing difficult here. So and this here creates the hole, the yarn over. So you knit everything, and there you can put then your ribbon through. So, and this row is the row I am marking in the next row as my last row, and after that I am counting for my, I don't know, for the leg part. So last one, and now I'm taking my red stitch marker and I am putting it at my third stitch underneath it. So the yellow stitch is my first stitch I'm counting, so I'm putting it through the purple stitch. So I know this is now round 1, the purple one, the orange one. So, and only knit stitches now for 15 rows. 15. So yeah. So, and I don't have to count it because I have the stitch marker in, and I have 2 more stitch markers, so I mark my 5th and my 10th round, and then I only have to count 5 more, and then I will begin my heel, because every sock gets a heel, and it's a tiny little heel. So So what I am knitting now socks from 100 gram ball of sock yarn. I am knitting socks to wear, 1 pair, and the other is then knitted by no, not so. What am I talking? No, And then I can knit some mini socks for the advent calendar. But I have came up with the idea to wind these sock yarns into center pull balls. So I'm doing this now, and I found out, okay, that is falling apart if I carry it around and so on. And so I before I start to knit mini socks, I am knitting yarn balls, and that is quite a good idea because I can knit them in those 6 family patterns. And so I can mark each yarn ball I'm winding for the family member. So I buy sock yarn in bulk, and then everyone can choose. Well, at the moment I have 3 for each family member, or I have planned 3 for each family member, and so that I can choose then who needs some socks, and they pre-selected their color choice, and I can start knitting without asking them. And then, which color do you would like to have or not? Or yeah, it's all prepared to knit, and it's easier to store. I get more sock yarn in my box, and that's quite good because I have as every knitter, I have this challenge to knit from the stash, and the stash doesn't look so much. If you wind the yarn into yarn balls and store it without so many air between the yarn. So it looks less. And I think that's quite convenient. Yeah, but since I decided to put everyone's sock yarn into yarn cozies, and so that everyone has pre-selected socks, I tend to buy more sock yarn, especially now that I have this project mini socks. So yeah, there is it's not working quite well. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first purple row is the row I am marking here, and or round, and so I am at my 6th round. And it's quite quick knitted. once you started, so I think this is quite good. Well, I consider me as a not so fast knitter. So that's why I'm doing this real-time knitting streams, because, well, if I speed up the video on YouTube, for example, the video is at the end maybe 15 minutes, because, well, here's not much to explain at this sock. So yeah, 15 minutes, and that is in no way the time you need to knit socks. And just to make sure it's to show some, not all of the knitters are as fast and get so many projects done. So yeah, I'm not able to knit a jumper in 1 week or 2 weeks. So no. So I wanted to show what is it in real time? How long does it take to knit? Well, okay, I have knitted now so many mini socks. I know how to knit and what to knit and when to do the heel and so on. But yeah, at least I am far away from being a fast knitter. So I quite like the colors. These colors are quite nice. Yeah, and the heel, I have to confess, is a bit tricky, because there's not so much space, because you only have 8 stitches per needle, and the heel is very tricky. You will see me quite fighting with these needles if I have to knit back. And so yeah, I'm knitting the heel as I would knit the heel in bigger socks. So yeah, okay, it's quite fiddly. But at least only 6 rows, yeah, 6 rows of German short rows, and that is not too much. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round, and then I have to put the next stitch marker in, and I have knitted 10 rounds and only need to have 5 left. Okay, so my next stitch marker is lying around here. And yeah, I am marking every 5th round. Because I found it the easiest way to count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My first round in orange is marked as my 10th round, and I'm now in the 11th round. So it's easier to count 5 and not lose where I am to count further. So 5 is good to count in, and in bigger socks I mark every 5th round, and I reuse my stitch markers until round 20, and the marker in every 20 row, or if I knit it only in knit stitch, I mark every 20th row, and if I knit in pattern, I mark first every rapport, and then I count and I leave every 5th rapport in. So there's a stitch mark in every 5th rapport, pattern rapport, and so I know how many pattern repeatings I need to knit 2 socks which look nearly the same. Yeah. So this is quite 37 minutes, and I'm in round 12. That is not so bad. So yeah, and in my in my title it says 100 days till Christmas. Well, it's actually Christmas Eve. It's actually 101 days. So tomorrow it's 100 days till Christmas. Yeah. And I thought it's a good idea to prepare, because now it's enough time to prepare for Christmas. Buy some sock yarn and start knitting mini socks. Or at least finish all the socks. I have a whole bunch of socks in my box, in my advent calendar box, because actually I wanted to have something nice for Christmas, but well, I haven't found yet something to put for each family member the socks inside. So yeah, I have to see. So 3, 4, and yes, these socks are a bit on the bigger side for an advent calendar, but you can put something bigger inside, so a tube of watercolor, for example, or a few stitch markers, or some, I don't know, and some sweets. So yeah, I think last round, I think it's better being on the bigger side for adventskalender than on a smaller side. So and these socks, well, we do not create so much litter, and I use up my stash. All these leftovers are now gone. I was left with maximum 10 till 12 grams of wool, and yeah, these I put in a magic knot ball, and I'm knitting a blanket with this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are starting, or I am starting, not we. I am starting now with the heel. So German short rows. I am knitting till the end of needle 1. And then it comes to the fiddly point. So I turn my work, bring the yarn in front of the needle. So I bring this without knitting to my needle, and then I turn, I turn it so that this stitch gets 2 and not 1 legs on the needle, and I knit purlwise till the end of needle 1, and I am then going to needle 4. So this is needle 4 actually, and now needle 2 of my heel. So, and I knit till the very end of this needle, the last stitch. So I'm knitting it, and I am turning my work and my thread. I bring my thread in front of the needle. So, and my thread is in front of the needle. I go into the stitch purlwise, put it on my needle, and turn the stitch so that both legs are visible, and I knit till the middle of the heel. So and now I knit on needle 1 7 stitches, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This is my doubled stitch from last row, and I turn my work and I have my thread in front of my work, I go purlwise into the stitch and turn the stitch on the needle so that both legs are visible. So, and I purl 6 stitches. So from needle 1 and needle 4. Needle 4 is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here you have to be careful because they are very close together. This one needs to be purled and this one stays on the needle. So turn the work and the thread is in front of the needle. Go into the stitch purlwise, slip it on the needle, turn the thread over it, and you get this doubled stitch. So, and now 6 knitting, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And maybe I bring you a bit closer for the next. So that is the closest I can get here. So okay, so now I have to knit 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these stitches are very close together, so I have to knit this, and this here is the doubled. So knit the 6 stitch number 6. So turn the work, the thread is in front of the needle, and I go purlwise into the stitch, slip it over to my working needle. So, and then I have my thread in front of the work and I turn it and bring it to the back so that it creates this doubled stitch. So, and that's all. And then purl 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yeah, correct. We didn't miss a stitch or anything. So 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Turn the work, the thread goes in front of the needle. So go purlwise into the stitch, slip it to the working needle, turn the thread around the needle so that the stitch creates 2 legs. And that's all. That is everything you need to know for German short rows. Four and 5 and turn the work. Slip it onto the other needle, turn the thread around and 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And 5 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I am in the middle of my heel. So 2 more times. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Turn the work, slip it, turn the yarn around and purl 3. Oops, yeah. With 8 stitches per needle, you do not have a lot of space. So the needles are going in the way. Doesn't matter, because as long as you do not lose the stitches. So 3 and 4, turn the work and slip it. So, and knit 3. 1, 2 and 3. And the last time. For those mini socks, I found that the heel, the way I knit it, is nice, the nicest when I work German short rows until I have 2 undone stitches or normal stitches on each needle. So 1, 2, 3 and turn and so, and now I am done with the first half. I'm done with the first half of the heel. So if I am doing it now, if I lay it here, so you can see it's going up here. Yeah, it comes out better if we knit further now. So I knit 2 through the front loop, and then now if I put it onto here, so here you have now 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't see it because of this needle. Put it away. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 stitches with 2 legs, and you go through both legs now. And I am working them, knitting them through the back loop. So I'm going into it and I am getting the thread through the back loop and not through the front loop, because then the stitch twists itself a bit and it doesn't create a hole this way. So and because I do not want to have a hole between these 2 needles, I am getting the yarn in between. So I'm still going through from the back. Oh, only this. So I'm splitting the yarn. So I'm going through the back and I'm putting it onto my needle 2, and instead of going through the front loop, I again go through the back loop so that the legs of the stitch are twisted, and so this way the hole is closed. So, and I knit till the end. Nothing exciting happens here. So this was needle 2. Needle 3 is knitting till the end of the needle, all 8 stitches in knit stitch, knit stitch, knit stitch, knit stitch. So, and then again grabbing the yarn in between. So you can go from the front and grab it, and again I'm knitting it through the back loop so that the stitch is creating a twist. The legs are twisted so that it closes the hole here between needle 3 and needle 4. So now I have these double stitches here again, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double stitches, which are a bit thicker on the needle, and at the end 2 normal stitches. And again I am knitting them through the back loop. So 6 twisted knit stitches, I believe they are called. This way, yeah, I am creating no holes. So make sure you grab both legs of the stitch and don't split your yarn. So, and stitch number 4, and I have twisted, I have splitted the blue yarn. Yeah. So this is stitch number 4, number 5, number 5, okay, number 6, and now normal knit stitches too for the rest. Okay, so, and now 2 normal rows of knit stitches. All 4 needles, 2 rounds knit stitch. So, and then you can see here, oh, let me just knit this one here. No holes. That's exactly what I would like to have. No holes in this advent calendar socks, because you don't want to have a sneak peek, or being able to sneak peek. So, needle 2 has now 9 stitches, needle 3 has now 9 stitches as well. So just knit over all these 9 stitches. And needle number 4 has 8 stitches. So this was round 1, and now round 2. needle 1, needle 2, needle 3, only knit stitches, 9 stitches now, not 8, 8 and 9, and needle 4 and last time. So this is now the middle of our heel and 1 hour streaming time. So I need 2 hours for mini socks, for 1 mini sock, I believe. So this is now how far we did go. So what does the clock say? 12 o'clock. I have to cook now. So I think we will do the other half of the sock tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow or whenever on YouTube. Bye bye.